All right, we have some breaking news. Democrats in the House of Representatives are making a unified push to impeach DHS Secretary Kristi Noem for her mishandling of just about everything that has come her way. Representative Robin Kelly says, "I am impeaching Secretary Kristi Noem, who is an incompetent leader and a disgrace to our democracy. She wreaked havoc in the Chicagoland area and has brought her reign of terror to Minneapolis. One of her rogue ICE agents shot and killed an innocent woman today. It must come to an end." Then, Representative Brad Schneider joins the chair of the center-left, roughly 100-member New Democrat coalition, says he is prepared to support congressional action up to and including impeachment. Now, I know this seems like an uphill battle because Speaker of the House Mike Johnson currently has the majority, but remember, barely. He just barely has a majority. His 2-seat majority is going to go down to a 1-seat majority after a special election in Texas next month. And I mean, just think about it like this. Just last week, a Republican representative in California tragically passed away. And I hate to even think about it like that, genuinely. I hate to think about it like that. But in an instant, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson's majority could be gone after this next slew of Republicans decides to resign. Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson might lose his speakership position, and then more oversight investigations, more investigations into the Trump admin will occur, and we can impeach people. We can at least move to impeach people, which I think there's plenty of evidence in favor of Kristi Noem being impeached. I found this clip to be interesting. I want to start here. This is from about a month ago when Noem was testifying in front of the House of Representatives about the U.S. and global threats to the U.S. She gets asked about U.S. citizens and tries to reiterate multiple times that U.S. citizens haven't been deported or harmed at all.
Madam Secretary, how many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Se-Jun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses.
It turns out Kristi Noem was lying about not having deported U.S. veterans, or either she was lying or she didn't know what was happening under her own department. I don't know which one is worse, but we can reasonably assume she's lying in the same way she has been over the past few days. So Brad Schneider, who runs a coalition of 100 Democrats, said, quote, "As Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem is responsible for setting the standards and oversight that govern ICE operations. She has abjectly failed in that responsibility. When federal law enforcement wantonly takes the life of an American, leadership must answer for it. Secretary Noem must be resigned or be removed from office. If President Trump refuses to act to protect the lives, rights, and safety of innocent Americans, Congress cannot look away." Then another representative comes out. "Secretary Noem should be fired. If she is not, I support impeachment by the House and conviction by the Senate." It's also worth pointing out, so when Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has this 2-vote majority, they're not safe from anything happening. We have seen 7 different discharge petitions hit the House floor. A discharge petition is a way for representatives to put up a vote without needing to even have the Speaker involved. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, can be subverted through one mechanism, and that's a discharge petition. He's been hit with that 7 different times thus far. Let me show you this clip of Secretary Kristi Noem potentially revealing the identity of the person who did the shooting yesterday.
In fact, the very same officer who was attacked today had previously been dragged by an anti-ICE rioter who had rammed him with a car and drug him back in June.
Now, this speech, given at the height of the hunt for this ICE murderer, who turned out to be Jonathan Ross, indicated a specific story that could then be matched to court records. The Star Tribune, not long after, identified the ICE agent who fatally shot Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis. Jonathan Ross was dragged in a separate incident last year by a fleeing driver, according to court records. Think about the sheer incompetence. She can't even protect her own side, I guess, or supposedly her own side. Kristi Noem impeachment plans then ramp up. I want you to hear this. Democrats are moving to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem following the fatal shooting of Renee Nicole Good by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Quote, "Secretary Kristi Noem is an incompetent leader, a disgrace to our democracy, and I am impeaching her." Incompetent she is. Look at this lie that she told on camera.
Can you expand
and two on the agent's injuries. The president said that he's lucky to be alive.
The officer was hit by the vehicle. She hit him. He went to the hospital. A doctor did treat him. He has been released, but he's going to spend some time with his family.
These are just blatant, brazen lies. He was in the hospital. Donald Trump said that he was close to losing his life. This got fact-checked. Minneapolis officials, including Police Chief Brian O'Hara, stated that no ICE agents were injured during the incident. He went on TV and said the only person who was injured was obviously Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. Local reports themselves found no evidence to support claims that an officer was hit by a vehicle or required any sort of hospital treatment, so Kristi Noem is immediately out there lying, spinning, accidentally revealing the identity of this person. I mean, this has nothing to do with it. I don't usually talk about looks, but I do find it interesting how MAGA-fied Kristi Noem has become. She used to be just like a normal suburban mom. Like, I know 100 people in the Midwest like this, and now she's turned into this, they call her MAGA Barbie because of the way that she looks, because of the way that many MAGA people kind of just cook themselves later on in their lives so they can fit this weird Trump TV appearance. Let me just back up. Norms in a democracy, the norms that we have in our democracy work like consent. Consent only works if two people are engaging in the relationship in a meaningful way and consenting to it. Norms in the democracy only work if both sides are engaging in these norms. One side hasn't been engaging for decades now. For decades. I mean, really, the biggest manifestation, the first manifestation of it, is when Obama wasn't allowed to appoint Merrick Garland to the Supreme Courts, but then Trump was able to appoint ACB in similar circumstances. Republicans essentially pulled the rug out of the Democrats and eroded any sort of unspoken norms. Since then, Republicans have been going lower and lower and lower, and Democrats have been saying when they go low, we go high. But now in 2026, that has not been working. When they go low, people say you knee them in the face. Hypothetically, not actually, do not actually commit violence, of course, but they say that you knee them in the face. When they go low, you match them. You match their energy and you continue to cook because the president of the United States has the highest position possible and he goes lower than anyone. After Rob Reiner, after certain deaths happen, he continues to make fun of it, call for the arrest of Democratic mayors and politicians on a daily basis, call Renee Nicole Good a domestic terrorist. So we need to use, the point is, we need to use the mechanisms that we have at our disposal to make sure that we are impeaching Republicans, removing Republicans. At least we're doing it through the legal processes. Donald Trump was trying to do things by just jamming it through. Donald Trump was trying to overturn the election in fascistic ways. We're just trying to use what we have at our disposal. If you appreciate these videos on the Adam Mockler feed, make sure you drop a like. Double check to make sure you're subscribed below. We have a lot of great content coming soon. Thank you to the Mockler Media team, Micah, Victor, Hayden, Chris, everybody. I love you all. Peace out.